Hi, this is Sean Fox. For Unit 2 redo, here's 2.6 Consumer and Producer Surplus. So number 1 said, explain the concept of surplus using a real-life market. So a surplus occurs when the quantity supplied exceeds the quantity demanded at a given price. So for example, if producers supply 500,000 pounds of oranges, but the demand only calls for 400,000 pounds, that is a surplus of oranges of 100,000 pounds, because 500,000 minus 400,000 equals 100,000. Number 2, excuse me, says draw a market graph and explain the following. Where does a consumer surplus exist on the market graph? So the consumer surplus is located right here, right above the equilibrium. The consumer surplus is above equilibrium because it shows all the various prices above equilibrium that consumers would be willing to pay above market price. And then it says, where does producer surplus exist on the market graph? So producer surplus is down here. It's below the equilibrium. Producer surplus is below equilibrium because it is the difference between the price which producers are willing to sell a good and the price they actually sell it. So number 3, how do you calculate the area of consumer surplus? Use a graph and examples with numbers. So how you do consumer surplus? So that's this triangle right here. Consumer surplus, the formula is 1/2 excuse me, is 1/2 times base times height. So the base right here is 5, and then the height, 10 minus 5 is 5. So it'd be 5 times 5, and then times 1/2 would give you 12.5. So that would be what the consumer surplus equals. Sorry, I'm at home sick. I've been I can't not cough. I'm sorry. Number 4, using a real-life market, explain what happens to a consumer surplus when there is an increase in demand for a product. So when there is an increase in demand, consumer surplus goes down. For example, if Taylor Swift is having a concert in Detroit and tickets start at like $100 and 10,000 tickets are demanded. However, there is now a special guest that increases the demand to 12,000 tickets, and tickets go from 100 to 120. So that increases the demand, which raises the price, benefiting less fans and overall decreasing consumer surplus.